Hi, this is Iris at the Cashmere Goat in Camden, Maine. I wanted to hop on and talk a little bit about our next knit along. It's The Shift, which is a cowl pattern by Maine designer Andrea Mowry. And I'm wearing our shop sample right now. So you can see that this is a fun little cowl. It is really awesome because you literally pop it over your head and look fabulous. It doesn't require special styling. It just looks great. So it makes it a really wonderful wardrobe staple. Our knit along for The Shift starts in March, and we're just doing it for 1 month. So it's going to run for the month of March. Stay tuned for a little bit of an update about the pattern and the construction. I got a little bit of a head start on my shift because I wanted to know how to talk about it for our knit along. So I've chosen 2 colors of Malabrigo's Machida, this one and this one, and I chose 1 color of On the Round's Nimble Sock. And I want you to notice that On the Round is a 2-ply and Machida is a single ply. It's okay to mix and match your plies for this project. In fact, we think that it adds a little bit of interest. So mine's in process right now, and I just wanted to talk you through the construction. So I've obviously chosen the dark blue to be my background color. And the way you start this pattern is you start it at this corner edge. And so for the first part of the cowl, you're actually increasing on both sides using a make one right and a make one left. You'll also notice at this top edge, one of the really beautiful parts of this cowl is that it has a lovely finished edge that is made with I-cord. So you're slipping 3 stitches at the end of each row, and that creates a lovely rolled, finished, very neat edge. This edge here is going to be my seam. That's where I'm going to use the mattress stitch at the end to attach the 2 back neck parts of this cowl. And then at this point, after I've done this first triangle section, then I'm only increasing on this side and just knitting flat on the other side. And that's going to build up to a point. That's going to be the longest edge of my cowl. Something that was really fun and unexpected with this is the way that this particular part of the pattern, where you can see that I've shifted from my background color being navy to now my background color is actually the rainbow Machida. But, and I'm not exactly sure why, maybe it's the 2-ply versus single ply, but I love this wonderful surprise that's happening right now because you can see that the rainbow yarn is actually being pushed forward. So it creates a really interesting and dynamic section of my cowl. I also wanted to show you a little bit more of our shop sample so you could see how it looks when it's knit up a little bit differently. So here's that neck edge that gets seamed right here. So here's where the seam runs up. Again, just as on mine, you can see that there's that beautiful, very soft, finished looking edge at the top. That's the I-cord edge where you're slipping stitches at the end of the row. But I wanted you to also notice that this cowl uses 5 colors, not just the 3 that are specified in the pattern. It's a different look, but it's beautiful. So this could be a great pattern for using up maybe smaller parts of a skein that you might have from a previous project. You can also notice in this pattern that we've kept the background the same dark blue. So the knitter opted not to invert the background color for that one section like I did over here. So it's a different look. Both are beautiful. This cowl really lends itself to some exploration, experimentation. You can get really fun with it, have some really wild, bold pops of color, or you could even explore a more neutral palette. Again, there's really no wrong answer. If you love the yarn and the colors, that's what's going to make it fabulous. We've been having so much fun helping folks pick colors out for their shift cowls. And I wanted to give you a sense of the types of choices folks are making. The cowl can really be knit in both sport, which is what the original pattern calls for, and fingering weight. And fingering weight is what the shop sample that I showed you earlier is made in, and also the weight that I'm knitting mine in. So you can see I've got a really juicy combination of arroyo here with a gorgeous bright purple blue, a little bit of a speckly, sort of more white bound, and then this gorgeous deep, it's called Matisse blue. It's so perfect. I've also just wanted to show you that some folks are going with more of a neutral palette. So I've got 3 skeins of the Patagonia Organic Merino, and I think they look really yummy together too. Kind of a very nice warm brown, this beautiful oatmeal color, and this terrific ochre. So again, more of a neutral but gorgeous choice. And then we just got in the Laine du Nord Eco Baby line. This is an organic sport weight yarn. It is not superwash, but it is machine washable. And I'm just gonna pan right over to this pretty lovely basket of more of that, and you can see the empty spots are because I grabbed these balls of yarn. But that, many of the tones of the Eco Baby could be a much more sort of softer look. You don't have to have anything wild and crazy. You could go a little bit more conservative and have something that you would really reach for all the time. Depends on your preference. I also grabbed a few combinations of fingering weight to get your inspiration juices flowing. Here in the foreground, I love this combination. It's 1 skein of On the Round Nimble Sock with 2 skeins of Machida. So there's really this nice dynamic combination of the sort of green, almost like Statue of Liberty green is how I think of it, and then with this beautiful bronze. This is a much softer take, and we've got a ball of Perth. This is a sock yarn by Queensland. I've also got a sock yarn by Malabrigo here. I believe this is colorway Rosalinda, everybody's beautiful favorite. And then I grabbed this skein of Machida. That's a very warm gray. It's called Pearl. And again, picking up some of this like soft color changing in the sock yarn. This is a bit color changing but subtle. So that'll make a really gorgeous cowl as well. And then this is the Seven Sisters Wild Trio. One of our knitters who was just finishing up with her Ramona. This was very similar to the combination she chose. Really gonna be gorgeous, really gonna be vibrant, really gonna be wild, but such a fun little pop of color accent piece for anything you might be wearing. Hopefully this video has inspired you to join our next Knit Along for the Shift by Andrea Mowry. We will be having online meetups each week. We will be having in-store meetups each week for the month of March in 2023. You can sign up for the Knit Along at our website, or you can call the shop or send us an email if you're having any trouble or you just want some help picking out some great colors for your cowl. And if you sign up, you get 15% off of your yarn for the project. You'll get an email with a special code. Happy knitting, and oh, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video.